It is to trust continually. In verse 24, the key verse, and straightway the father cried out and said with tears, Lord, I believe. Are you a believer? Lord, I believe. There's two things in this verse. He said, Lord, I believe. Help thy my unbelief. What was he saying? Lord, I believe. But Lord, I want you to help me to continue to believe. Note the verse before that. Jesus said, if thou canst believe it, if you can continue to believe, if you can continue to follow, if you can continue to trust. So he said, Lord, I believe. Help thy my unbelief. Help me not to doubt. As we go through the course of life and we are faced with different circumstances, this was the man is saying, as I face circumstances, Lord, help me not to doubt. You're going to need the help of the Lord. It means to constantly help my weakness of faith. Lord, help me that when I am weak, Lord, help my weakness of faith, that I will have the faith to continue, God, to believe. Lord, help me to have faith every day. Help me to have faith in every situation. Help me to have faith when I'm facing a crisis, when I'm facing something that is too great for man's power. Help me to have faith, God. Help my faith to grow. Help my faith to grow. Lord, I believe, but help my faith to grow. Help my faith to develop. If thou canst believe, all things are possible. Thou canst believe it. If you can continue to trust me, if you can continue to serve me, things that you face that were not possible will become possible. Things that you could not do, you'll be able to do them. That's what he's talking here. If you trust in the Lord, if you can and believe, all things are possible. He's saying that whatever situation come upon you, if you believe it in him, it's possible. Now the man spoke after saying, hearing what Jesus said. He wasn't worried about what those scribes said. He wasn't concerned about his disciples, because he said, I brought him to your disciples and they could not heal him. But Lord, if thou canst, he can. Lord, if thou canst believe, if thou canst, help. Have compassion on us. Do something for us, Lord. If thou canst believe, all things are possible to him that believeth. Your situation is possible, that you will go through it. To overcome things is possible if you continue to believe in God. The man had a mind to not only believe Jesus for this, he wasn't just he let Jesus know, I'm not just believing you for this, I believe you. But I want to believe you after this, past this. Now, sometimes people believe for certain things. But he said, I want to believe you, God, in the future. Mark 11:22, have faith in God. He goes on and it says, if you believe and shall not doubt in your heart. That's what the man says. I'm asking you, Lord, I don't want to doubt you. I want to continue to believe you. From this day, I want to believe in you. From this day, I want to trust in you. I don't want to just trust you today, but I want to trust you with everything. Are you willing to trust God with everything? To give it all to Him? Lord, help my faith. Help me. Help my unbelief. Help my weakness. Help me to maintain. No, the word declares that the just shall live by faith. This man knew that if he was going to trust Jesus, his faith had to continue. Jesus stated it in the other verse. You have to continue. Lord, help me not just to trust you to heal my son, but God, to trust you every day. He cried out with tears, Lord, if thou can help. The man was looking forward that not just in trouble, everybody won't help in trouble. Oh, in trouble, anybody cry, oh, Jesus, help me, Lord, help me, Lord. He said, Lord, help my unbelief, God. God, help me not to doubt you ever. Help me not to doubt you, God. Help me to be strong in faith. Help me to keep on believing you. Because Jesus had just stated to him that you will have to continue to believe to make things possible. People want things to happen and don't believe God. People want things to happen and don't trust God. Oh, yes, you confess Christ, but it's not over. You got to believe Him every day. Walk, talk, live. Lord, help me to say yes. Lord, help me to walk with you. Help me to trust you. Help me in my weakness. Help me at my weakest point. Teach me, Lord, how to believe when I'm down. Help me, Lord, when the next problem arises. When the next distress happens, Lord, help me. I believe, help my unbelief. And when Jesus saw that the people came running together, he rebuked the foul spirit, saying unto him, thou dumb and deaf spirit, I charge thee, come out of him, and enter no more unto him. And the spirit cried, and rent him sore, and came out of him. He was as one dead, insomuch as many said, he is dead. But Jesus took him by the hand and lifted him up, and he arose. And when he was come into the house, his disciples asked him privately, why could we not cast him out? Isn't that something? Disciples now, he was brought to his disciples. Now disciples, when they get privately, Lord, why is it that we could not cast this demon out? When we have done this before. through the course of life. The key is maintaining. The key is maintaining your faith. And he said unto them, this kind cometh forth by nothing but prayer and fasting. Oh, it's a dedicated life to have the faith to deal with circumstances. It calls for a dedicated prayer life. You know, if you go through small things to be able to go through bigger things, then your faith will have to be exercised. He said, your faith just got to be more exercised. You got to pray more. Why? Because you got to keep believing. You got to be ready for the next test. We must be ready for the next situation that we face. The man's Jesus, I want to be ready for the next thing that comes up. The New Testament tells us we live by faith. The just shall live by faith. So to be ready for the next test, for the next circumstances, for the next thing we face, it means that we must have our faith ready. Now you can't just store it up. It has to be there on a constant basis. It has to be nourished to stay alive, to stay active. So I can't say, oh, something great happened to me 10 years ago. That's not enough to live on. When I face my crisis, I need to live it day by day. Lord, help my unbelief. Help me not to doubt you, God. Help me to be strong. Help me in my daily walk. How many asking the Lord to help them in their daily walk? Because it's going to be about what you do on a daily basis. That's why I say, if thou canst, Lord, do something. If thou can believe, if you can believe, all things are possible unto him that believe. Believe now, believe tomorrow. Believe now, keep believing. It's the man was saying, I want to keep believing you, God. I want to continue to believe. I want to have faith to get through things, not just to heal my son. I want faith for life. We need faith to deal with life. That's why it's got to continue. It's an active thing. It's not something you store up and go to the bank and get it. No, it stays constant. You never know what you're going to face. Lord, I believe. Help my unbelief. Help me not to doubt you, God. Help my faith to be constant. That's the Greek. Lord, help my faith to be constant. I don't want to be up and down. I want to constantly believe in you. Thanks be to God who gives us the glory for all the wonderful things that he has done. Thank God for his word. I believe. Help thine my unbelief. There's nothing wrong with asking the Lord to help me. Help me, Lord, to stay strong. Help me, Lord, to keep believing you. Thank God for the word today. We pray God's blessing. Be blessed in the name of the Lord.